Welcome to Soltron. This is a video review for the Glory Alliance Puli head robot. Here's how he scales with some other robots. This is like the mainline Glory Alliance figure. And you can see he's roughly about Voyager size. He's a little bit skinny, but that's about the size. And then this is what he looks like compared to a Titan class figure. Here's his instructions. Really nothing exciting, just how to transform him and the little base he comes with. And then like a little catalog of the other head robots, which all look pretty similar. You got like the shoulder blades and the chest pieces are different, but they all look basically the same. Okay, and let's get a 360 view of this guy. So he looks very sleek, very cool. Like his proportions are just kind of perfect. He's a little bit lanky, I'll give you that. But he's just very clean looking, no kibble, and I really do enjoy this aesthetic. I think this is like a 10. This robot just looks incredible. He doesn't even look like he would really transform. And then let's start off with his head sculpt. So he's got a very cool, like super robot looking head. So very nice head sculpt. It's a big improvement from the deluxe police robot figure that he's based on. I think it just looks really cool. So they did an awesome job on this head sculpt. They just knocked it out. And just really good paint. There is some like splotchiness. I forgot where I saw it. It's kind of like in this area. There's like, there you go. There's some paint mess there, but it's really not too bad. He looks just fine. And he does come with a couple of accessories. He comes with this sword, which is kind of a throwaway. It's like too small for him. It doesn't look very intimidating, but it does give you kind of like a Power Rangers kind of vibe. It's not like his whole gimmick. And then you get this cool looking stand, which is translucent plastic, which I enjoy. And of course you can just store his weapon down here, get that out of the way. And then it's got like these couple like little pads there for his feet. They're a little bit loose, unfortunately, so it's just like for him to rest on. And then you can get like a very neutral looking standing pose. I'm surprised that actually clipped on. Usually this just falls right off. So not bad. It's an extra I wasn't expecting, so I was very pleased with that. This guy just has a very premium kind of feel to him. And because he's so much simpler than the other Glory Alliance figures, he doesn't have any kibble. His hand feel is just better. He just feels like better quality. He's got less part count. This guy was like $10 on Sir Toys, and I'm just blown away by how good he feels. It's he's definitely solid 9 territory, just because he's just so simple. I think there's just nothing on him that feels out of place. Like his hips are a little bit weak. I think this lowers his premium feel. He doesn't have any ratchets, which is fine for a figure this size. I don't really expect that. He's got like ball joint shoulders. He does have the bicep rotation here, and then 90 degrees on the elbow, and just pivot fists, and then a ball joint. Actually, yeah, it's a ball joint neck, but you're not really getting much side to side. It's just kind of this. And then he doesn't have a waist, and that'll become obvious why in a minute. He's got universal joints in the hips, so good forward, backward kick. And then he's got thigh swivel, and then a good 90 degrees in the knee. And then he's got these really interesting ball joint ankles. So like this whole thing is the ball joint. I don't really see them do that for some reason. I don't know why most companies don't make the ball joints big and obvious like that. It's a little bit of an eyesore maybe. But yeah, good looking figure, nice and clean. So to transform him into his alt mode, and this was like one of my biggest surprises when I bought this guy, is he's actually got a battery pack back here. And that's because if you press his chest, he's got a light up feature. And I mean, this is crazy that you can get a light up feature and a good robot for like 10 bucks. This is just insane. These guys are really incredible. But anyway, transforming him is very simple. You're just going to fold his head back, and then you're going to use the shoulders. And then there's these pegs right here, which peg to the inside of the forearm. So you're just going to peg that together. And I would say you got to be a little bit careful with this figure. I could definitely see like these pegs breaking off if you're a little bit careless. So you do have to take a little bit of care so that the figure doesn't break. And then this peg here is just going to peg right in here in the back of the thigh. And then this little tab here will peg there. Again, this is like pretty small tab. I don't know how well that's going to hold up, but the plastic on this guy generally feels pretty thick everywhere, so I'm not too worried about him. And you do the same there, and then the legs are of course going to sandwich together a little bit. They got some tabs to tab that all nicely together, and then you just point the feet up. And there he is, ready for head mode pretty much. You're just going to take this back piece and just drop that right on top. This gives me like a lot of kind of Ultraman vibes just with the colors. And then you're going to raise the chest section up and do the eye reveal. And man, doesn't that look, and then you can push the head crest again. And doesn't that look cool? Man, this reminds me of like one of those Gundam capsule figures where you get it from the Gashapon and you make a Gundam head. This guy reminds me of that a lot. And then you got this great premium feeling kind of stand, and you just use these two tabs here, and that just pegs right there. And then you can have him on his display base, like in a diamond formation. That's so cool. Just what a great little gift. I love this guy. Definitely pick one of these up from Sir Toys if you can before they shut down. And then here he is with a Titan class figure. So you can see they're pretty well scaled together. So this guy could be a Titan class head. The style, of course, doesn't match at all. Okay, but there you go. Here's what's his name? Black Zarak with this kind of Titan class head. It's not. I mean, it's a good scale, right? This guy might look good on like a Metroplex or something else, but I guess those don't really have headmaster gimmicks, so you can't just pull their heads off. But yeah, that kind of works. The proportions are good. And here's how like the DX head robot looks with one of the head robots from one of the transforming DX robots. It's like a smaller scale of this same figure. You can see the color just really sets this guy apart. The paint makes all the difference. But they transform the same way. You just like unfold him. Takes a couple seconds. You take this shield thing off his top, and then you're going to just put that on his back. And there you go. That guy's transformed. And then let's go ahead and do a comparison of this guy as well, because I don't mind transforming him at all. Just pull the shield off. Just unpeg all the leg sections, straighten them out. Then unpeg the arms, straighten those out. And then lower the chest, raise the head. Done. Okay, and here's how they look together. So you can see the difference. The paint makes pretty big difference. And then here he is with, I think this guy's also called Black Zarak. I don't know. You can see that this guy just does not look as cool. But totally different aesthetic. Very Super Sentai kind of looking feel to this guy. But yeah, I highly recommend this guy. You can maybe still special order him from Sir Toys before they shut down the site. And then I'll probably be keeping this guy. I just really enjoy him. He's really fun to transform. And very simple, basic figure that does everything I want. All right, I'll see you in the next one.